It's about 3:15 when Tuesday morning. I know it's a little early and some of you may think I'm crazy. And honestly, you have the right to think that. But I wanted to talk about something. I've talked about this literally about, I don't know, 18 days ago, how I said that Halloween is the start of the pre-holiday season. And Halloween's the end of next month. Well, according to my apps here, well, like I mentioned before, I can look at the countdown of all the major holidays, especially for the holiday season. It says here we are 48 days away from Halloween, 73 days from Thanksgiving, 103 from Christmas, and 109 from 2012, basically New Year's. And it's hard to believe, because within the range of about 17 days from now, if you will, I'll be starting up again another dose, if you will, of my holiday specials and CDs deal in the next few weeks. It's hard to believe that, but it's true. In the next few weeks, those are going to be happening. Now, what you see here, I've shown you before. These are some of my more recent, in the past 2 years, holiday movies and DVD collections that I have. And then right here are some that I did in Kansas. In fact, I have a DVD in a case, inside a regular DVD case, of Christmas stuff that I recorded in 2003. On it is Yogi's First Christmas, Sonic's Christmas Blast, I'll Be Home for Christmas, Tailspin's Jolly Molly Christmas, and Buzz Lightyear A Holiday Time. Buzz Lightyear Christmas. And then in the years that followed, especially with 2004, I had a lot more Christmas stuff as well added on, if you can believe that. And then, from about 2004 up until about 2006, which I'm pretty sure are around in my Christmas collection, because I know I did a 2006 one, or at least two of them anyway, for 2006. I have DVDs of all the holiday specials as well, and including 2008 and 2008, if you will. Now, the only year that I'm missing out of the DVD collection is 2007. That was the year I moved out here, so I really didn't have any opportunity to record any of the specials or the Thanksgiving Day parade or anything like that. But it's, like I said, it's kind of hard to believe that I'll be starting that up again, because when I look at these, when I look at this one, which is 2010, 2011, if you will, and the last thing on here is Huey Lewis's, or Huey Tumore's, animated movie review Christmas special. It's like, to me, it's like, didn't I just record this? Which is true. I just did record. It feels like I just did record it, but it's going to happen again. Now, the only thing some people will say, and when you look at something like this as well, the only thing people will say about these more recent DVD recordings is they might seem a little blurry. And to me, it doesn't matter what recording mode you put it in, as long as you can see it. The ULP mode, which I've used for these, as well as for a variety of stuff as well, the ULP mode is mostly something that people use to record a variety of stuff. If they're recording a a television series, or in my case, like wrestling or some college bowl games, they use it because it gives them a lot of time. They realize that 6 hours or 6.5 hours doesn't give them much time. You know, even though if you calculate it right, it could. But besides that, it really doesn't give people much time. And again, that's understandable because when you look at when you add in the time, I mean, we all know that 4 hours is basically 2 hours together. The LP mode, which is 4 hours, is basically the two SP modes, the standard movie recording modes, combined into one. We also know that EP is just an additional 2 hours. So if you were to record, if you were to use the 4 hour format, you would probably only get about two movies worth, and maybe enough time for one hour special or something like that. The 6 hour deal is all the same way. If you get the 6 hour deal, you can get about four movies on there. There's no doubt about it. You can get about four movies. You could get something like Christmas Vacation, National Lampoon's on there. You can get This Christmas, you can get Christmas Story on there, and you can probably get Christmas with the Cranks, which would all be good. Which would all be good. The only problem, like I said, is trying to find the time, trying to do it correctly. And to me, it really doesn't matter how I do it. Lately I've come to the conclusion that if I'm going to record one movie, because it's such a big deal, like, let's say, for example, Rio here, I'm going to use the 2 hour format. Because I realize that if you want to watch a movie, that's okay. But I've come to the decision this year that I'm still going to continue doing this. Some of them, maybe one DVD might be 13 hours, but I've decided that what I'm going to do this year is I'm going to go to the 6 hour route. That's right, I'm going to 6 hour route this year. What I mean by the 6 hour route is, for the movies, I'm going to put like four movies maybe that are an hour and a half, if you will, on a DVD. It all depends on what movies there are. I've done this before, and it's a great way to go. The only reason, like I've said before, that I've gone this route, if you will, is it gives you more space and you can add a lot more to it. And yes, the picture comes in very clearly at times. It does come in clearly. To me, it's all about like the coloring. It's all about the brightness of the picture quality. If you have a dark scene and everything, sometimes the quality goes down a little bit because it's dark. But if it's a bright scene, it goes up a little bit. The lowest that the ULP mode ever goes on a 13-hour deal is about 490. And then it jumps up to its highest about 735, which is not that far away, about 3.5 MPBs away from 1 point. So basically you're looking at half of what an EP mode is. That's what it is. And again, I know some people may say to me, well, Brian, you should have done this a long time ago. And yeah, I could have done it a long time ago, but like I said, the reason I've started using it ever since I got this DVD recorder is due to the fact that it allows me to add a lot more time to this. Now, I don't know if just by going 5 minutes on each. Now, the thing is, I can't go 5 minutes on the chapters, though, because when you do 13 hours, or use the whole 13.5 hours, 13 hours, 48 minutes, if you will, you have to go 10-minute chapters, which is okay. But, that's what I've decided to do this year. I've decided that for this year, I'll go back to doing it like this, using, because look at this, look at on a 6-hour disc. Look at how much I got on a 6-hour disc here. that much. That's a lot on a 6-hour disc, and that's mainly specials and a few movies. Like here's Christmas Vacation, Christmas with the Cranks is here too. I just didn't put it on here, but it's on there. You got 2 movies, and the rest are specials. So that's saying something. That's two. That's basically 3 hour. That's 2 movies that equal up to about 3 hours together, and the rest are all specials, half-hour specials. That is. But that's saying something right there. The same with this. Look, I got a Christmas Story on this one, and these are all from 2005. Christmas Story on here, Mickey's Christmas Carol, Walt Disney Christmas Day Parade, Dick Clark's Rockin' Eve, and the Post Rockin' Eve, the one that's into '06. All on here, and that's saying something too. Even though the '06 one I think kind of cuts off a little sooner, I think. And the same could be said for this one. Here I have the Thanksgiving Day Parade, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Tribute to the Troops, and Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer the movie. This is about 2 hours. If you think about it, when you record the Thanksgiving Day Parade, that's mainly about 2 hours 40 minutes. And then you have Rudolph, which you add about 40-50 minutes to that. You're looking about 3 hours and I guess something minutes. 3 hours 30 maybe. And then you take a look at Tribute to the Troops, which is about an hour and a half. And then Rudolph, kind of works out pretty well when you think about it. But again, it shows you that I don't always have to go ULP. But I'm not saying that I will still do it that way, but the way it's going, I may just keep it to where it's now just EP, the 6-hour route, because it makes it more durable. I'm not saying that you can't watch. I'm not saying that I'm not saying you can't watch the specials and the movies when they're in LP mode. I mean ULP mode, the 13.5-hour mode. When you use that, I'm not saying you can't use that. I'm not saying they're not watchable. I'm saying, but they are watchable. It just all depends on like certain movies and all that, and like I think certain spots in the DVD. Because I notice sometimes when it hits the 6-hour range, they seem to get a little better because it's getting into a standard recording mode. But yeah, definitely, it's definitely worth using if you want to use it. But my decision this year is I'm going to go back to the EP mode. I might change it up a little bit, go to the ULP, but it all depends. But mostly it's going to be the EP mode. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little video I did, a little randomness, if you will. But I just want to let people know that, let people know that in a few weeks, I'm, probably like some people, I'm going back to doing this again with the holiday movies and specials, and it seems like I just did them, So, but comment down below what you think, and tell me how you guys do it every year. Do you guys record the same specials and movies every year? Do you use a certain recording mode? Do you use the EP 6-hour mode, the LP 4-hour, or do you use, if you have a recorder like mine, the ULP mode, which is near 14 hours worth? Do you use that? And do any of you record specials and movies on television with your Blu-ray recorder if you have one? I'll tell you this, if the Blu-ray recorders are as good as people say they are, one day I probably will get one and transfer a lot of these onto Blu-ray. So, tell me what you guys think, comment down below, and I will talk to you all later.